First, the top news headlines. Chief Minister N. Biren inaugurates new office and shrine of Lord Sanamahi at Haying Kongbal. Every community must respect other communities' faith, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee lodges complaint with city police against BJYM president for attacking Congress office, MPYC and SUI office bearers. BJP indulges in Gundaism as defeat is imminent for BJP in upcoming elections, says AICC Manipur in charge BC Das. Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the Mami TV English News Bulletin. I'm ALBINA RIAMEI. Every community must respect religion and faith of every other community. Communities which have coexisted in the state are inseparable. This was stated by Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren during the inauguration of Lainingthau Sanamahi Temple Board LSTB office and a newly constructed gathering hall of Eastern and Western Doors opening of Sanamahi Shrine at Haying Kongbal. Member of Rajya Sabha King Sanajauba Laishemba, Vice President of LSTB and MLA of Kairao Assembly constituency, El Rameshwar, were among those who attended the inaugural event. Speaking further, Chief Minister Biren, who is also the president of LSTB, stated that respect is vital to build a united Manipur. People must uphold humanity to live together in peace and harmony, setting the religious differences aside. Only then Manipur will prosper and will be more developed, he said. Stating that BJP government at the center values the culture and tradition of Manipur, which are invaluable wealth of the state more than the people of state do, he said that we tend to fail to follow the footsteps of our forefathers. He also mentioned that the central leaders had even advised to safeguard and promote the culture and tradition of the state.
Mayamna ngasi temple sima free the phongbagi haraujaba ngarang Govinaji gi temple da khoigi maitei gi marakta Hindu sachaba ekhoina mayamna Govinati these temples shankut pagi haraujaba nahan maitei pangal gi Lilong da house ama sanana bagi center de girpa karor tara gi sanction droga jatra huluba madai da Muslims kano Islam se sab kamun harau jaba adagi handagi New Year's ki adagi Christmas ki mafam kaya da Honorable Prime Minister ga pok ba khut chongna dana blessing tongna ba madu pak sanna urkanda adagi ekhoina madugi Christmas ki da yaur kanda Christian se sab singi sinau singna or tangbi sinau singna harau jaba. These are the life. Masi aman amabu ko respect orga aman amabu ikai kunarga ko lemina da bani madu da aduga mapung phaba Manipur amat tribal indian manaba Manipur ebde koi semba ngamai bani.
Meanwhile, General Secretary Administration of Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee Hareshwar Goswami has lodged a complaint with the officer in charge, City Police Station, against BJYM, who staged a protest in front of Congress Bhavan last evening, condemning Prime Minister Narendra Modi's entry in Punjab. In his complaint, he said around 30 youths led by President of Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha BJYM Manipur, Barish Sharma, attacked the office bearers of Youth Congress and NSUI. Speaking on the incident, Congress member Seram Niken said the attack carried out by BJYM is unfortunate for BJP. This will ignite attention among the two political parties. He expressed displeasure that a major political party is showing disrespect to a national political party when the general election is just around the corner.
Violence toba hongdorpase BJP gi oina yamna laibak thibane lojai sigumba incident se koigi Manipur gumba yamna shanti leina ꯂꯩꯕ ꯂꯝꯗꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯄꯣꯂꯤꯇꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤ ꯃꯁꯦꯟꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯛꯇ ꯑꯃꯒ ꯈꯠꯅꯕ ꯆꯩꯅꯕ ꯊꯣꯛꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯁꯤꯟꯕ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯆꯥꯎꯈꯠꯇꯕ ꯊꯧꯑꯣꯡꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯏꯁꯥꯃꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯒꯤ ꯀꯟꯗꯦꯝ ꯇꯧꯔꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯂꯦꯛꯁꯟ ꯃꯌꯥꯁꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯇꯥꯡ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯛ ꯆꯥꯎꯈ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯄꯣꯂꯤꯇꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯅꯦꯁꯅꯦꯜ ꯄꯣꯂꯤꯇꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤ ꯑꯃꯕꯨ ꯏꯀꯥꯏ ꯈꯨꯝꯅꯕ ꯎꯠꯇꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯄꯣꯂꯤꯇꯤꯛꯁꯀꯤ ꯑꯁꯦꯡꯕ ꯃꯁꯛ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯍꯨꯠꯇ ꯒꯨꯟꯗꯥꯏꯖꯝꯒꯤ ꯈꯠꯅꯕ ꯆꯩꯅꯕ ꯍꯧꯕ ꯚꯥꯏꯂꯦꯟꯁ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯑꯣꯡ ꯑꯃ ꯆꯠꯊꯔꯛꯄꯁꯦ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯂꯥꯏꯕꯛ ꯊꯤꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯅ BJPꯒꯤ ꯂꯤꯗꯔꯁꯤꯡꯅꯁꯨ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕꯁꯦ ꯈꯔ ꯌꯦꯡꯁꯤꯟꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯂꯩꯉꯥꯛꯀꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯁꯦꯀ꯭ꯌꯨꯔꯤꯇꯤ ꯐꯣꯔꯁꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯌꯦꯡꯗꯅ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯄꯣꯂꯤꯇꯤꯛꯁ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯥꯛ ꯋꯥꯡꯕ ꯄꯣꯂꯤꯇꯤꯛꯁ ꯇꯧꯗꯕ ꯊꯥꯛ ꯑꯅꯦꯝꯕ ꯄꯣꯂꯤꯇꯤꯛꯁ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯄꯣꯂꯤꯇꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯋꯥꯈꯜ ꯈꯟꯊꯍꯟꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤ
AICC Manipur in charge Bhakta Charan Das has strongly come out against yesterday's storming of Congress Bhavan Gate and attacking of Youth Congress office bearers by the volunteers of BJYM and contended that BJP government in the state and at the center are indulging in Gundaism as defeat is imminent for BJP in the upcoming assembly elections. He also lashed out at the government stating that it is shameful on their part to be indulging in Gundaism fearing defeat. Addressing media persons at a press conference held at Congress Bhavan on BT Road today, Bhakta Charan Das maintained that the burning of effigies of Congress leaders in front of the MPCC office by members of BJYM in presence of Union BJP Minister Pratima Bhumik is an unconstitutional act. Such imprudent and excessive misconducts of the BJP had never happened in the political history of India, he said. The AICC Manipur in charge also maintained that it is an uncivilized act of the central government that the Chief Minister of Punjab is being blamed for alleged security lapses due to a blockade by protesters during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Punjab on Wednesday.
Being in government in center and state, why they have done so? What prompted them? Are they going to lose the war? Are they afraid of the war? The war of people? The election war? Do you want to win the war of election in this violent manner? You want to threaten the people of the country? People of Manipur? That you can do anything? You are executive head, heading the state, heading the nation. Will you behave like this? Indian people have ever permitted this? These are fundamental questions. What violence Manipur Congress or Congress party in India has done that you retaliate like this?
Taking part in the press conference, President of MPCC and Loken expressed strong condemnation over the burning of effigies of AICC leaders in front of MPCC office by members of Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha BJYM Manipur, terming it unfortunate that the security personnel remained a mute spectator instead of trying to prevent the incident. He stressed the need for the Chief Minister and the DGP to closely look into the matter. Loken also reiterated that BJP indulges in such unconstitutional act as the party is aware of its looming defeat in the upcoming 12th Manipur State Legislative Assembly elections. He also maintained that a written complaint will be submitted to the authority concerned to take action against those involved in yesterday's incident.
Aduna ngasida aina Manipur gi oina di police ki head of kenosi DGP na oi. Aduna Manipur gi DGP na masi miyang changhani ni lai kadru bisa ikoi lakadru je mas ki tarik taraga mapan phobu manungda ikoi Manipur Congress ki satholama sumsoi choi tana lakane haibachu ngasida Manipur gi home department da leiba police sing naso chalhaningi aduna hau khipeda ikoi Congress na sahi tara banga sason tawre siguma sason gi matamda ikoi kanagumba agitation changba aduda bada khara mafam kharada ikoi pu chaiba aduguma do control tawna bakidati laknai adubu kanagumba political party magi party office ta ikoi changa kana aduguma do ngasi bogi history da Indian National Congress na Manipur Pradesh Congress na ngasi pawda ikoi tawba leitri adubu BGMY gi ngarang da lakiba youth ki president oiriba mahanga luchinga ga laiba mana sidai da ikoi gi gate sig mamang da mana sidai da yamna violence oiba mamonga chathara ka da police nga ga tawriba thabak thoram do ngasi da Manipur Pradesh Congress ki jo makhoi ki saruk chama henba aduma youth kaya ama leiriba che matam khudimak ta makhoi na ningsing ga bani.
Chief Minister of Manipur Ann Biren has said the BJP-led government acknowledges the significance of education. As such, the government has taken up steps like free distribution of school uniforms and textbooks to students under below poverty line to ensure proper education system in the state. He said this during free distribution of school uniforms to students at the office of Samagra Siksha Manipur at Babupura. Education Minister S. Rajan and member of Rajya Sabha King Sanajauba Shemba attended the program. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Minister Biren said the education sector of the state would have been in a better position if the former government took up the education policies taken up by the BJP-led government. He asserted that the main objective of the state government is to make sure everyone in the state gets proper education, houses and free medical facilities. Since Manipur does not have many people, it will be an easy task, he said. Talking about Omicron situation in the state, Biren said the government has issued an order to conduct COVID-19 tests at B.T. Kendrajit International Airport as security measure.
Aran Batoroi, Prazamayam Yaning the Tabuktoroi, Prazamayam the Waka the Tabuktoroi, Miot Mini Aquitoroi, Karigumba, Amagi Hak, right, Matpagitavo, Equator, Equibum, uplift Dominaba, Nungaina, Lananaba, Biswin Lananaba, Nungai Hananaba, Apabas Pinanaba, Apapa Pijan and Apagari Tonganaba, Apavalamida Sananaba, Secretary number, Greater Infalgia, 3,500 crore project Hagan. Greater Impulse, Loina concrete road champ the Kalev. According to Yam Tagan Banina, Koilas House, 100 days have one Matanga Kaev. And the Gaquitigada Kamun, so Jenna Kamuza Pedo, by Armadi songs. I don't know if percentage loan of one of the Lambisi, Kagapata, Kagapata, Thomas of the Swide the Loy. I don't know, Kitan Tarpadum Kaini. I don't know, Mashi control on over RCCG. Already proposed of Greater Impal area, RCCG road. Ado di say kun trasalani.
Taking part in the program, Education Minister S. Rajan said the school uniforms will be distributed to 1,41,445 students till class 8 studying in government schools in every district. Each student will be provided 2 sets under the initiative taken up by Samagra Siksha, which is 90% funded by the center and 10% by the state.
Higher education की लेरिबा मयाम दसो इकोई हौजिक ऑनलाइन क्लास निंथी दना तौबतना तना इकोई कॉलेज सिंग मयाम ममा इकोई रुसा की यूजीसी की मखा दा इकोई न लौगदब फंडिंग दा इकोई ना की स्कोर 2.5 इकोई यौबंग amnan mo hona bada handa कॉलेज करा इकोई ना की स्कोर की लौथोरक पदा इकोई सुसानपुर कॉलेज न सिंगबा सिगुंबा कॉलेज करा 2.5 तगी हे ना इकोई स्कोर तौबंग में क्रॉस तौबंग में
Irate residents near Porompat traffic point blocked the roads of leading from Porompat crossing to Ananda Singh Academy in Imphal East over the deplorable condition of the road. Due to the pathetic condition of the road, people living nearby and medical students of JNIMS have reportedly fallen ill. One of the protesters said, despite their repeated requests, the concerned authority has turned a deaf ear. This is the 3rd protest they have undergone. In the past, Deputy Commissioner of Imphal East District personally inspected the condition of the road and assured to repair the road, but they had to block the road as no work has been taken up so far. The protesters warned to take up more aggressive steps if the concerned authority fails to repair the road at the earliest. MLA of Wangkhem Assembly Constituency, Kaisham Megachandra, has laid foundation stones for construction of water supply projects to be set up at different parts of the constituency. Speaking on the occasion, MLA Megachandra said the new water supply scheme is a New Year's gift to the people of the constituency. The projects will be constructed in place of the all-water supply. Water treatment plant, reservoir and overhead tanks are in the scope of Yairipok Bisnunaha Water Supply Project, which will supply drinking water to localities of Ward number 9 and Ward number 1 to 9 under Yairipok Municipal Council. Extension schemes will be taken up each at Ward number 1, Ward number 8 and Ward Ward number 9, which will store the treated water from Bisnunaha treatment plant. This will ensure water supply to alleys to ease the problem of water shortages, the MLA said.
दरकार लेबा मैम सिंसे मसी स्कीम मैम सिंसे सागलक लुरक मतमददी अखोई हाउस टू हाउस युमदों खुदिमकी अखोई टेप वाटर से अरिगी अखोई टोटी की कोंजिल अमम पालकान कनेक्ट तौब ngमगनी सो दैट अखोई लेरिबो वांगहिम केंद्र की प्रजा खुदिमक इसिंग की प्रॉब्लम से 2021 अखोई 22 लाख अदगी 21 सिगी financial year the already masi 51 crores sanction tawkhrabnina ikoi mafam khudimakta ising gi problem simadi wanghem kendra da once for all masi gi solution ama ikoi piba ngamme.
Company officials who will be working on the schemes took part in the foundation laying program. National People's Party NPP intending candidate of High Rock Assembly constituency and D10 asserted that NPP will establish an Institute of All India Institute of Medical Sciences level in Manipur if the party wins the upcoming state General Assembly elections. He was speaking at a meeting for NPP Women Committee formed in connection with the upcoming elections organized by NPP High Rock Kendra yesterday. Speaking further, D10 said that the meeting was organized keeping the need in mind the need for the role of women in the society in view of the current political scenario in High Rock constituency and Manipur at large in order to ensure the conduct of peaceful and free and fair elections.
Manipur pangtholang ibadugumba election khudingmak sidaida yamna sathiba mawong amada masan pawar amasung mani pawar gi lambirom na yamna henna khong thangjilakwa aduna maram oiraga hero kendra lairiba nusijaraba imai besing hogol libujut singa tanaraga karamba mawongda karamba thabak tawraga karamba phibamda kari tanaragadi hairok haiba lamdam sida Manipur haiba lamdam sideda yamna free and fair oibadugumba election lama pangthokpa ngamgadagi haibase koi tana taba yaraktaba.
India reported 1.17 lakh fresh COVID-19 cases with 302 deaths in the last 24 hours, over 28% higher than the previous day's cases. In order to deal with the surge, the government is speeding up vaccination drives across the country. Those in the age group 15 to 18 are now being inoculated. The number of deaths climbed to 4.83 lakh with 302 more fatalities, the data showed. Meanwhile, a total of 3,007 cases of Omicron variant of coronavirus have been detected across 23 states and union territories so far, out of which 1,199 have recovered, according to the Union Health Ministry data. Several states have announced restrictions like night curfew as COVID cases continue to rise. On the other hand, with 30,836 patients recovered in the last 24 hours, the cumulative tally of recovered patients surges to 3.43 crore. Consequently, India's recovery rate stood at 97.57%. So far, with the administration of more than 94 lakh vaccine doses, India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has exceeded 149.66 crore across the country. Punjab government submitted a report to the Ministry of Home Affairs MHA on a security breach during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Firozpur. Punjab Chief Secretary Anirudh Tiwari submitted a report detailing the sequence of events leading up to the security breach. The report was made after consulting with top police officials of the state who were in charge of Prime Minister's security. Sources said extra manpower was deployed on the ground in wake of protests that were happening across Punjab. The government has meanwhile termed the protests as spontaneous. Meanwhile, Union Home Minister Amit Shah had sought a detailed report on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's security breach. He had termed the breach totally unacceptable. MHA has also constituted a 3-member team to inquire into serious lapses in the security arrangements during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Punjab Firozpur on January 5. The central government has so far given 11 crore free COVID-19 vaccine doses to West Bengal for its fight against coronavirus, said Prime Minister Narendra Modi today while inaugurating the second campus of Chittaranjan National Cancer Institute (CNCI) in West Bengal, Kolkata. West Bengal has received 11 crore free doses by the central government. Over 1,500 ventilators and 9,000 oxygen cylinders have also been provided. 49 PSA oxygen plants are also functional. All of this would help the people of WB in the fight against COVID, said Prime Minister Modi. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee was also present at the inauguration ceremony. Prime Minister also shared that in just 5 days, over 1.5 crore kids aged between 15 to 18 have been given the first dose of vaccination. Prime Minister Modi also added that out of the entire eligible population, over 90% of India's population has at least got one dose. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee today said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi was showing interest in the second campus of Chittaranjan National Cancer Institute in Kolkata after she inaugurated it. She, however, thanked the Prime Minister for inaugurating the campus and dedicating it to the people of India. She also appealed to the Prime Minister to increase medical seats in the state. Mamata Banerjee also complained to the Prime Minister that the governor often interferes in the Bengal's government's decisions despite following the centre's direction. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. Chief Minister N. Biren inaugurates new office Shrine of Lord Sanamahi at Haying Kongbal. Every community must respect others' community's faith, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee lodges complaint with city police against BJYM President for attacking Congress office, MPYC and SUI office bearers. BJP indulges in Gundaism as defeat is imminent for BJP in upcoming election, says AICC Manipur in charge BC Das. With that, it's a wrap for this evening news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.